So, and we are back, and there is only a few minutes to wait before we start with the first session. But I have to please make you a kind reminders that before the skaters will come to ice, please wrap your flowers and breakable candies before throwing them into the ice. When taking photos, please avoid using flash and don't forget to set your phones to the silent mode. Nii et daamid ja härrad, vaid mõne minuti pärast me alustame tänase võistlusega. Ennem seda aga sooviks...
Welcome along to the magnificent Tonderaba Ice Hall here in Tallinn, Estonia. It's the final day of competition at the European Figure Skating Championships. We've had 3 magnificent days of competition, and to be honest, today promises to be much of the same. A little bit later on, the medals will be decided in the men's event. That's going to be very, very exciting indeed. We'll see if Adam Sirhim-Far from France can make it a hat-trick of European titles. But first of all, we're going to focus on the ice dance. We've got 20 teams participating in the free dance this afternoon. The third medals of these championships being decided today. Fantastic to see so many people have come to the arena today, and of course, they're all in very high spirits after the fantastic result yesterday for the Estonians in the women's free. It was a very, very special night. If you didn't see it, Estonia's Nina Petrakina won the title with a new national record score, personal best. It was a phenomenal skate, brought the house down, and it was a bit of a fairy tale. Magnificent evening. Anastasia Gubanova for Georgia did everything she could, but she finished in second, and Nina Pinzaroni for Belgium took the bronze. It was a great night. And today, you can be sure it's going to be a nail-biting finish to both the men's and the ice dance. It's all to play for, I can tell you. It couldn't be more exciting. So people from all across Europe here, the crowd have been fantastic. Even when there's not been many people in the arena, they have got right behind the skaters. It's a knowledgeable crowd, a supportive crowd, and they've contributed to a magnificent atmosphere in this stadium. It's about a 4,000-seater. That's how they're going to go in the free dance. We've got 20 teams that have made it through to the free. We started off with 30 teams, and 10 of them didn't make the cut. But the 20 that we've got are top-notch, I can tell you, right from the off, and there they are. So they go in reverse order to how they finished on the rhythm dance. Rhythm dance was a lot of fun. But of course, a lot at stake here, all to play for. Panel of judges from right across Europe. And a technical panel as well, Candice Towler-Green, technical specialist. So we're just about ready to go. Couldn't be more exciting. Thanks for your company. My name's Chris Howarth. Great to have you along. It is going to be brilliant. Here we go, the countdown to the start of the free dance. So here we go, the team to get us underway, representing the Ukraine. They're lying in 20th place, Maria Pinchuk and Nikita Pogorilov. Second to go for Ireland, Caroline Sousis and Shane Ferris. Then it's the Lithuanian team, lying in 18th, Pauline Ranamaskayat and Davidas Kizala. Swedish team are up next. They're in 17th, Milo Rud Retin and Nikolaj Mayorov. So last to go in this opening group, Victoria Mani and Carlo Roethlisberger. They're in 16th. Could be a big night for the Italians, of course, the reigning champions, two-time champions, going for a hat-trick here, and they're in the lead, and they will be last to skate, Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri. A little bit of a margin, a couple of points, but it's all to play for. It would only take one mistake for the tables to turn. So there they are, they're out on the ice for their 5-minute warm-up. So Maria and Mikita, she's 18, he's 22 years of age. This is the third time they've participated in the Europeans. They were 15th back in 2023. Remember, they're going into this in 20th place, so they'll want a good performance here if they can. Did well in the university games this year, finished in 4th place. They were 5th in the Sofia Trophy, 4th in the Santa Claus Cup as well. Just participated in one Grand Prix this season. That was the Finlandia Trophy, where they finished in 10th place. They'll be followed by the team from Ireland, Caroline Sousis and Shane Ferris. She's 29, he's 30. And they're both hail from Canada, but here representing Ireland. Second time they've been in the European Championships. Finished in 13th place last year. Competed in the Worlds as well, where they finished in 20th. So did well to make it into the free in their first World Championships. Bronze medalists in the Edusport Trophy, which was a pretty good result for them. And they competed here in Tallinn in the Challenger Series event, where they finished in 7th place. That'll be the team from Lithuania. 16th last year. They go into this in 18th place, so they want to pull up a bit if they can. 17th back in 2023 is 22-year-old Paulina Ranamaskayat and 26-year-old Davidas Kizala. These two come here on the back of a win in the Edusport Trophy, and they were runners-up in the Bosphorus Cup in Istanbul as well. Did a couple of Challenger Series events, 10th in Budapest, 11th in Tallinn. Then it'll be the team from Sweden, 19-year-old Milo Rud Retin and 24-year-old Nikolaj Mayorov. Second time at the European Championships for them, 27th last year. Competed in the World Championships, finished in 28th place. So this is a big step up for them to make it into the free. And you can bet your bottom dollar they're going to grab the opportunity with both hands. Look really, really sharp out there. Finished 9th in the Warsaw Cup, 6th in the Nepalan Memorial. These two only been together since the spring of 2023. And last to go in this group, the Italian team, runners-up in the Italian National Championships this year. They're both 30 years of age, Victoria Mani and Carlo Roethlisberger. These two runners-up at the Sofia Trophy and did pretty well in their two Challenger Series events. They were here in Tallinn, where they finished in 8th, and competed in the Warsaw Cup, where they finished in 7th place. Been at the Europeans a few times before. They're in 16th at the moment, and their real goal will be to put the pressure on the teams that are to follow. The coaches all on the side there. Of course, important words in the closing minute of this 5-minute warm-up. Just about ready to get underway. Looking around, not many empty seats. There's a few, but not many. It will fill up as the day progresses, I'm sure. So important for the first team just to take it easy over the final minutes, get their preparation done, their little pep talk. Yeah, soaking up the atmosphere, taking a look around. Get those ankles working, get their knees working. It's amazing. It doesn't matter how much exercise you do off the ice, there really is no substitute for getting out there, getting a feel of the ice, seeing how your legs are working, seeing how the boots feel. Hopefully they all feel great. So this is it. Where will the medals go in the ice dance section of this European Championships?
First on the ice, representing Ukraine,
So to get us underway in the ice dance here in these European Figure Skating Championships, it's the free dance. And first to skate, Maria Pinchuk and Mikita Pogorilov from the Ukraine. They go into this lying in 20th place. Wasn't that great? Well, that is a taste of things to come. I tell you what, that was an impressive start. Looking down at the levels they got for the difficult elements, very, very good. Started off really strong with that lift, getting a level 4 on that. I don't think the technical panel are going to take a look, no. It was very, very good indeed. Lovely feel for the music, drama all the way through. Maria Pinchuk and Nikita Pogorilov for the Ukraine. It was a young team. He's only 18. She's only 18. He's 22. And these two, they relocated to Austria when the war broke out in the Ukraine, and they've moved to Italy now. Moved there last year. Now training in Enya with Matteo Zani and the team there, and really paying off. Yeah, you can see they're really proud of what they've achieved out there. Not easy to go out and skate first, but they've got some experience. They know what it's like to compete at the Europeans. They competed in Espoo in Finland a couple of years ago. They were in Kaunas last year. But for me, this was better than their rhythm dance. So smooth through the transitions in every single element. Yeah, going onto one foot in the lift as well. So well done, guys. Well done to the team around them for getting them ready and getting them into the right frame of mind to perform here. Best score for them, 96.49. Got that at the Nebelhorn Trophy this season. Finished in 9th place there. Getting ready for the next team.
The scores, please.
So, where will they have them?
Maria Pinchuk, Nikita Pogorilov, Ukraine.
Close to a personal best, and 95.29. They'll take that at the European Championship. So they set the standard. You can see the component score could go up. Technical score was great though, over 50 points there. Well done, guys.
Next on the ice, representing Ireland.
So now we're ready.
Shane Fields.
They go into this lying in 19th place. This is 29-year-old Caroline Soussis and 30-year-old Shane Fields for Ireland. Music, It Had to Be You for the first piece, and then Cry Me a River. Great choice. Yeah, really entertaining that.
Caroline Susie's Shane Fields from Ireland.
Don't honestly think I've seen them skate much better than that. Caroline Sousis, Shane Fields representing Ireland. Yeah, I think they'll be thrilled with that. Technically, thought it was really, really good. Just could have had a little bit more speed across the ice. Carol Lane greeting them at the door. These two train in Toronto, in Canada. A lot of attention to detail all the way through this program, and that's so important. Plenty of picture-perfect moments. And this style, the music by Harry Connick Jr., really suits their style of skating, I think. Here's the spin. Level 4 on the dance spin, which is great. That's the highest level you can get. That's what they're all trying to achieve on all their elements. Twizzles were really good. I mean, they are doing twizzles. A little slow across the ice, and for me, when you compare them to the higher level teams, they just ran out of steam through the twizzles. Also in the 1-foot turn sequence,
The scores, please.
they were doing well. Nice rise and fall in the knee, but they did lose speed and lose momentum. So there's areas where they can improve. But it's a good score, and they're going to go into the lead. It's over 100, close to a personal best for them, or close to a season's best. 102.27 was their best score this season, and they in fact got that here. But they'll take it. They're leading.
Järgmisena tulevad teie ette
Next on the ice, representing Lithuania, Paulina Ramanauskaitė.
So they're lying in 18th place. This is the 22-year-old Paulina Ramanauskaitė and 26-year-old Davidas Kizala from Lithuania. What a shame. Had to readjust going into that third set of twizzles. Going to lose a little bit there. Well, that was a program skated with an awful lot of speed. They covered a lot of the ice during that free dance. Paulina Ramanowskaja and Deveras Kizala from Lithuania. So that's the positive. On the negative side, for me, I don't feel they finished anything off. Particularly Deveras. I felt he had a little bit of a tough skate out there. And sometimes you get on the ice and you don't quite feel comfortable, you don't get into it, almost feels like you've got somebody else's skates on. I felt like that most of the time, to be honest, but you know what I mean. And that, to me, is what it looked like a little bit. So I can tell you the technical panel are reviewing 5 of the 9 elements. And looking down, everything's getting a positive GOE, which is good for them. If they sit down and review this, they'll look at, there's loads of places where they could have focused on the extension and just finishing off the lines. Here's those twizzles. Open free leg there. For me, they checked those a little bit too much. And this is where he lost his balance, wasn't it? No, there was, he just cut away from it. It was just as he went into the 3rd set. That back outside twizzle. And even here, where he's on one leg, the free leg is extended behind, it's not really stretched as much as it could be. And that's what it's all about, picture perfect moments. Remember, this is a team that finished in 16th place last year. They're in 18th at the moment. And I feel they may drop a little bit. We'll have to wait and see. Sarah Hurtado there, who was part of the coaching team in Madrid. So let's see. They need just over 100 points to go into the lead. 100.21 would do that. 94.43 or more would get them into 2nd place. And their season's best is 93.49. Scores moving all the time. Yeah, it is the season's best. 95.5. They go into 2nd. They're going to drop a place. But I think they'll take that. And as I say, there is room for improvement there.
7.06 points, which is their new season's best, and they are currently in the 2nd place. And now on the ice, representing Sweden,
Well, there's plenty of Swedish fans here. And out on the ice now, it's their national champions. She's 19, he's 24. It's Mila Rode-Reitan and Nikolaj Mayarov. put a foot down on that set of twizzles. It was a good recovery, but it's going to cost them. Loved it. Yeah, loads of support for these two here. Such a shame about the twizzle. Well, the level is going to go down for her. Remember, on the twizzles, they give levels separately for the man and the woman. So he's got a 4, she's got a 2. But the grade of execution is going to go down as well. So they're going to lose about half a point on the GOE. And then they're going to lose on the base value of the twizzles because she's only getting a 2. So it is going to cost them. But when I look down at everything else, positive GOEs all the way along. Yeah, it's a lovely program. Mila and Nikolaj for Sweden. Rostislav Zenitsin greeting them at the door. I'm sure he's a little frustrated with the mistake on the twizzle, but for the most part, he must be pleased with how things went. Static lift at the beginning, getting a level 4, and rightly so. Good grade of execution as well, because they were right on the money on that. Now, in contrast to the Lithuanians, I thought the attention to detail from these two was much, much better. Good extension. Good work on the footwork. The edge work's got to be a little bit more. They want to move up the rankings, get those ankles moving, get the edges as deep as they possibly can. It's amazing. I'm sat up quite high, and when you watch the top teams, the pattern they make on the ice, the depth of the edges is phenomenal. And that's what these lower teams have got to work on. It's not easy. Yeah, really good balance point. Just love the chemistry between them. Yeah, really, really super. Okay, their season's best score is 105.69. In fact, that's their personal best score as well. They need 99.58 to go into the lead. Yeah, they're going to do that. It's 100 points, just over. It is second on the afternoon, but I think that's enough to put them into the lead. Indeed it is. So it's all smiles and the kiss and cry. They're in their allotted slot. So Mila and Nikolaj. for Sweden leading at the moment.
Selle grupi viimase võistluspaari.
Next to skate representing Italy, Victoria Mani, Carlo Rudensberger.
So one team to go in this opening group. Team lying in 16th place. Representing Italy, this is Victoria Mani and Carlo Rudensberger. Music from Titanic. Wow, what a program that was. Well, maybe not as much ice coverage as some of the other teams, but goodness me, it was a difficult program. And they performed it well. Vittorio Mani, Carlo Roethlisberger for Italy. Remember, they go into this in 16th place. They were 15th last year, 11th the year before, so things going in the wrong direction. They needed a good performance here to put pressure on the next group. And I think that's exactly what they did. Yeah, the set of twizzles they did was so difficult. And again, I reiterate that it wasn't the fastest. They weren't the quickest across the ice. But very neat footwork, very tidy performance. And yeah, the program was challenging. And that's always good to see. Luca Lanotti greeting him at the door, and he coaches these two. They train in Milan.
In my dreams, I see you.
Spend some time in Torino as well. Yeah, it's a program that really kept your interest. Seemed to be way more than 10 elements in that program.
Across the distance and spaces between us.
A little bit out of sync in the twizzle. Difficult free leg positions. Just worth mentioning that for the most part, the skaters are more comfortable rotating anti-clockwise than clockwise. So when you see them doing the clockwise twizzles, they're more at risk of making a mistake. It's not in everybody's case, but in most cases. Particularly if you're rotating and the first turn's on the outside edge, it's a tricky little turn. So their season's best, 101.87. Could that be in jeopardy here? I think it might. They need 96.79 to go into the lead. They've done that. 103.68. That's super stuff. Get a season's best at the European Championships. You can't beat that. So they have put pressure on the next group. Could they be moving up? It's not out of the realms of possibility. That's a good score. Close to 170 points for the Italians. So the situation after the first group, Victoria and Carlo leading for Italy, Mila and Nicolaj for Sweden in second place, and Caroline and Shane for Ireland in third. Next 5 teams ready to come out. And there's the first team representing France in 15th place, Natasha Lagouche and Arno Kafa. Hungarian team up next. They're in 14th. Maria Ignateva and Daniel Danijovic Semko. Great Britain, Phoebe Becker and James Hernandez. They're lying in 13th place. They'll be third to go. Then we've got 2 teams from Czechia. First up, Katarina Mrazkova and Daniel Mrazek. They're lying in 12th. And just ahead by the smallest of margins, Natalie Tashlarova and Filip Tashla in 11th place. So 5 minutes to get those skating legs going, and that's how they will go. You can see Natalie and Philippe there with a little bit of a margin going into this. And their goal very much will be to push their way as hard as they can inside that top 10. So there's the French team, Natasha Legouche and Arnaud Caffa. She's 24, he's 26, debuting here at the European Championships. So for them to go into this in 15th place is a pretty good effort. Bronze medalist in the French National Championships this year. They look really, really good in the rhythm dance. And they've had a pretty good season. Santa Claus Cup, they finished in 2nd place. And they competed in one Grand Prix. That was the Grand Prix of France in Angers, where they finished in 8th place. Mauricio Magalio, all smiles on the side, who works for these two in Helsinki. They'll be followed by the Hungarian team, 21-year-old Maria Ignateva and 24-year-old Daniel Lenovic Simko. 4th time competing in the European Championships for them. Last year, they didn't make it into the free dance. So it's a pretty good effort to be in 14th place going into this, although a couple of years ago they finished in 10th place in S group. But they've had a pretty good run up to this. Santa Claus Cup, they won the bronze medal. They were gold medalists in the Mezzaluna Cup in Rome. 5th in Budapest, 6th in the Lombardia. They've done pretty well so far this year. British team flying high here in Tallinn. Some really good results for them, and let's hope it continues today. Phoebe Becker, 19 years of age, 23-year-old James Hernandez, representing Great Britain. 2nd time in the Europeans for them. They were 17th last year, so going into this lying in 13th place is great. If they could get inside the top 10, would be magnificent. Runners-up in the British Championships this year. But they've had a good season. They won the Golden Spin, and they won the Roman Memorial Trophy as well. Let's hope it continues. And then to the 2 Czech teams. The younger team, 18-year-old Katarina Mrazkova, 21-year-old Daniel Mrazek. These two brother and sister, as are the other Czech team. They finished in 9th place in the European Championships last year. Go into this in 12th, so they'll want to push as hard as they can here. A really talented team, a team to keep your eye on for the future, I would say. Do their training in Bolzano with Matteo Zani. And they're the other team from Czechia. The champions, 23-year-old Natalie Tashalarova and 25-year-old Filip Tashla. These two 3-time national champions. And they finished as high as 6th place in the Europeans. That was in Espoo back in 2023. This is the 5th time that they've competed at the European Championships. And things not going in the right direction for them. They're in 11th place at the moment. They've been in the top 10 for the last 2 years. So they want to reverse the slide. They need a really good free skate here. Did well in the Grand Prix this season, skated in Skate Canada where they finished in 4th. They were 4th in the Finlandia Trophy as well. So there they are. We're into the final minute. So just looking ahead, there'll be an ice resurface after this group, and then we've got the top 10 teams. Final group is going to be a humdinger. Last to go, Charlene Guinard, Marco Fabri, 2-time champions. Could they make it 3 in a row? You'd be a brave man to bet against it. Penultimate team, Evgenia Lopareva and Jeffrey Brizeau. Their focus has been trying to get on the podium this year. Never been on the podium before. 4th last year. They're in 2nd, and they were red hot in the rhythm dance. Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson, 2 times they finished 2nd in the European Championships. They go into this in 3rd place. Didn't look as sharp as normal yesterday in the rhythm dance, so you bet your bottom dollar they're going to come out strong in the free dance. But keep your eye on Julia Turkila and Matthias Veslus, who are in 4th at the moment. But talking to people around the stadium here, a lot of people thought they should have finished a little bit higher. I thought they were fantastic yesterday, and they are in tip-top form, and there's nothing in it. They could get back on the podium. Remember, they were bronze medalists back in 2023. So all that coming up a little bit later on. But it's going to be exciting, that's for sure.
Meie oleme järgmise grupi esimeseks võistluspaariks valmis.
First in this group, representing
So to get us underway in the second group here in the free dance in these European Figure Skating Championships here in Tallinn, it's Natasha Lagouche and Arnaud Caffa representing France. They go into this lying in 15th place. A bit uncomfortable coming out of the lift. But I loved the concept of the program. Thought it was gorgeous, but in one or two spots there, they just looked a little bit out of sorts. A bit uncomfortable from a couple of places. But nevertheless, what an experience for them, debuting here at the European Championships. Remember, going in 15th place after a really good rhythm dance. It's not bad. They don't want to be dropping, though, if they possibly can help it. They may well have done enough to keep where they are. Yeah, that section from the stationary lift that they did, they got level 3 for that, and when they were going into the 1 foot turn sequence, they just all got a little bit uncomfortable.
You dress for the next competition? All right, good job, guys. Good job. Good. Bravo, bravo. You made it. You made it.
He did make it. Always great to hear, isn't it? The encouragement from the coaches. So important. So here are those twizzles. Free leg up, the arms in front. You can see him checking all the time, trying to make sure they stay in unison through that. Into the curved lift. They get a level 4 for that. So where they could, they were getting those levels up. Nerve-wracking for the coaches on the side. Spin looked good.
Where are you hurting? Tell me how you feel. Sing me 1,000
Difficult
verses
changes
and speak of
all the way through that.
burn your forest down in the field. It's easier to go to war than to the altar. It's easier to lead an army than to pour out your soul like water.
They're a real striking couple because he's pretty tall, which is, I think, always an advantage in the dance. Just fills a bigger space out there. Looks so impressive. Particularly because I'm sat up quite high, so it does make a difference from up here, that's for dead sure. So their season's best is 104.94. That, in fact, is a personal best score for them. They need 103.56 to go into the lead. Remember, it's the Italians leading at the moment. They're not going to do that with that score. No, second it is, and they're going to drop a place. It's good news for the Italians. They'll be moving up a little bit. It was close, but there's confirmation. Second it is. So Mani and Roethlisberger leading. And Natasha Lagush and Armo Kaffa down into second place. They've dropped a place. So next up, the team from Hungary, lying in 14th place. Good result for them on the rhythm dance. What now for them in the free dance? Maria Ignateva, she's 21 years of age, and Daniel Lelonovich Semko.
Come to my Come play with me. Yes.
How was I to know? It's a crazy thing. I showed you my hand, and you still let me in.
But you called my bluff, and saw through all my tells, and then you went all in, and we left together. And I know you think that what makes a king is gold, a palace and diamond rings. When I fall, you see the best in me, the Joker and the Queen. And I know you could fall for the best in me, the Joker and the Queen, the Joker and the Queen.
Well, I thought that was a lovely choice of music. The Joker and the Queen by Ed Sheeran, lyrics by Ed Sheeran. And by all accounts, he wrote that and dedicated it to his wife. Some beautiful interpretation there from these two, Maria Ignateva and Daniel Leonovich Semko, representing Hungary. Challenging program, but they did themselves proud out there. So remember, last year they didn't make it into the free. Had a little bit of a wobble on the rhythm dance and ended up finishing in 25th place. But this is much, much better here. 14th place going into this. And I've got a feeling that they're going to be putting pressure on the teams ahead of them. They've got a season's best of 103.75. I'm not sure they've skated much better than that this season. Didn't see any glaring mistakes. The technical panel have taken a look at a few of the elements there. The 1 foot turn movement, she gets a 3, he gets a 1 on that, so they've lost a little bit there. The grade of executions all the way down on all 9 of their elements in the program, very good indeed. And that is important. It's not just about getting the levels, it's about the quality of what you do as well. You want to give the judges the opportunity to go up with that grade of execution.
Joker and Queen.
Yeah, some really difficult transitions. Well, there was a real degree of difficulty throughout the program. They made it look effortless, very, very smooth indeed. Barbara Fusapoli leading the applause, as she always does, doing what she can to inspire a good score. So they need 102.05 to go into the lead. That's what they're looking for.
Maria Ignatieva, Daniel Zemko, Hungary.
Oh yeah, 105.7. That's great stuff. A season's best. Got a 1 point deduction there. That was for an extended lift. So just stayed in the lift a little bit too long. Got to watch that. But it's good stuff. They lead.
Next on the ice, representing Great Britain, Phoebe Becker, James Hernandez.
So, a big moment for these two, lying in 13th place, representing Great Britain. It's 19-year-old Phoebe Becker and 23-year-old James Hernandez. Selection from James Bond for them. Well, that was great. I tell you what, there are a lot of British fans here. And the entire British team, I think, is in the arena as well to support their team. And Phoebe Becker and James Hernandez here could not have performed that program any better, I don't think. Love the choice of music. Superb. Billie Eilish's voice just hangs in the arena. Well, let's hope the judges go with that. I thought it was super, and particularly that 1 foot, the turn sequence. I'm looking down, they only got level 2s for it, but the shape they made on the ice, the depth of the edges and the quality of the turns, for me, was the best that we've seen so far, and I think it'll be as good as any that we're going to see for a while. Real quality to it. There's Nick Butland, who coaches these two in New Jersey. He'll be thrilled, I think.
Really proud of you for that.
There you go. It was fabulous. Program choreographed by Penny Coombs and Nick. Yes, so many interesting picture moments. Yeah, it's lovely to watch these moments again. I didn't want to talk over them. It's just great to watch them. Yeah, if you think about it, the ice rink's a huge stage. And if you don't make those movements big and larger than life, it doesn't come across. That's what these two did. They filled the space beautifully. So 107.89, it's first on the afternoon. That's good for them. Yep, they're going to go into the lead, no problem.
Their total competition score is
176.02, a couple of points or a point and a half behind their personal best. But there's confirmation. They stay ahead of the Hungarians.
Next to skate, representing Czechia, Katerina Mrazkova, Daniel Mrazek.
So we've got two teams from Czechia coming up now, both brother and sister teams. First up, lying in 12th place. The pressure is on a little bit though. 18-year-old Katerina Mrazkova and 21-year-old Daniel Mrazek. Wow, that's some start. quite brilliant. I thought that was stunning. Now the speed across the ice right from the beginning was something to behold. Love the way they can generate speed literally from nothing. They do a couple of pushes and they're at 90 miles an hour. It's incredible. Katarina Mrazkova, Daniel Mrazek for Czechia. Well, they were good in the rhythm dance, but I thought that was exceptional. I loved it. Really hope that you could capture the energy and the power that these two had on the TV. Sometimes that doesn't come across, but sat here, they were flying. And I've said before, you know, if you can generate speed with very little effort, it's impressive. It means your basic skills are good, your weight's in the right place. Wasn't that a great way to start? Look, Mum, no hands. You can't pick a bad shot, can you? There wasn't one. And I've talked a little bit about attention to detail. It was clear to see, I mean, the balance point there and the way they got into the lift. It's so difficult, but it made it look easy. A little bit of a dicey moment there on the twizzle, but she got through it unscathed. It cost her a level. Yeah, this is definitely a team to keep your eye on. Remember, they were 9th last year. They're in 12th at the moment, so things going in the wrong direction. But for me, that was a real step up from the rhythm dance. So well done to the team. Matteo Zani, and there's a whole host of them. And Bolzano and Enya. So they need 105.77 to go into the lead. They've got to do that. More nervous now than they were before they skated. Yeah, 111.41, that's great. So not quite a season's best, a couple of points behind what they've got this year, but it is a championship, so you can understand that. But they do go into the lead. Could they put pressure on their teammates? Gonna find out now.
On the ice, representing Czechia, Natalie Tashlerova, Filip Tashler.
Well, I love these two, but the pressure really is on. They are the Czech national champions, and they go in one place higher. They're in 11th place, and they've got, what, just over 3 points in hand over their teammates. Maybe they'll need it. Natalie Tashlerova and Filip Tashler from Czechia. Just brilliant.
Where were you when I was lonesome? When it's cold, I'd like to
Oh, this is sensational. Well, I don't know about you, I absolutely loved it. I thought those twizzles were unbelievable. And the 1 foot section, the quality. The lifts defied belief, transitions from one move to the next, brilliant. Yeah, I love these two at the best of times, but that I thought was great. Natalie Teslarova and Filip Taschler. Well, they handled the pressure well because their teammates skated an absolute blinder before them. And they did put pressure on them. They had to be on the game, and they were. It's great, isn't it, that the two Czech teams are training together. Wasn't that amazing? I mean, the balance point is something else, but the way she got into it, these were, well, ridiculous. The unison was great, the quality, the way the weight was over the skate. She got a 3, he got a 4 on the twizzles. Not quite sure where she lost that 4. Absolutely super stuff. I hope you're enjoying it. Okay, they've got a season's best of 116.2. They need 108.24 to go into the lead. Surely.
Natalia Tašlerova, Filip Tašler Tšehhist.
Yes, 115.05. It is the lead for Natalie and Filip. So it is a Czech 1-2 as we go into the break. We're at the halfway point now.
me laseme jääl
Well, it didn't
puhata ja
disappoint that first
puhastada
half, did
ja
it?
oleme teiega tagasi kell 14:46.
It's time for
So
Rene
let's
to
take a look at the
entertain you a
standings
little bit,
now.
and we'll be back with the competition at
So there's confirmation.
2:46.
Natalie and Philippe leading their teammates, Katharina and Daniel. They were both brilliant. Phoebe and James skated magnificently too. They're in third place. And then Maria and Danielle just behind. Some good performances there as well. So still plenty to come. We've got the top 10 teams. We're going to have an ice resurface now, as you can see. Just to whet your appetite, last to go, Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri. Remember, they are the two-time champions. They've got a little bit of a margin. Maybe they'll need it. The French are right behind them. Evgenia Lopareva and Jeffrey Brousseau. They've never been on the podium before. That was their goal here, and they're in second place, ahead of the Brits, Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson, who must be a little bit disappointed. Two times they finished in second place. They're in third at the moment. But the Finns were brilliant in the rhythm dance, perhaps a little under Mark Giulio Tequila and Matthias Verslus in fourth place. Don't rule them out. They've been on the podium before. They were third in 2023. It's all to play for in that final group. We'll be back in around 15 minutes for the penultimate group, and then we'll see where the medals will go. Stay with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. See you in a moment.
So I think this was the biggest challenge for us. Today we enjoyed it from the beginning till the end. Sorry, I cannot breathe. And yeah, so.
Yeah, we saw it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give applause. It was a clean and most beautiful program we have seen here. So it was excellent. But you were here also 2 years ago, 2022. What has changed since then?
I feel like every year is changing everything. But definitely we were super happy to come back here. 2 years ago, the Europeans were a bit different because of the COVID, of course, so we were more careful. It was before the Olympics, so this year it's more fun with all the other athletes. We are enjoying every day, every practice. We had fun, and it's a nice spirit between this skating family, and it's amazing.
One last question. What are you gonna do today after the competition is done, when you have some free time? And don't tell me you're gonna sleep and eat.
Definitely lunch, because we didn't eat. And after we will go cheer for our teammate and for the other athletes, that we wish the best of luck. And of course, to enjoy more also with the other athletes, because everyone will be done, so we can be more chill, have nice time together for other 2 days.
And you have now a possibility to say something to your fans in your own language. They are here, I can hear them, so please.
Tak ahoj všichni, hrozně moc vám všem děkujeme, co jste přijeli. Jsme hrozně rádi, že jste tady, že jste nás přijeli podpořit, a pro nás je srdečný vidět tolik českých vlajek tady. A milujeme vás úplně všechny a doufám, že jsme vás dneska nesklamali a že se vám to líbilo, a budeme makat dál.
Ano.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you Natalie and thank you Philip. Let's make applause.
Thank you. Děkujeme.
And we in here, we will go on with a game that everybody loves. This is the game of Quiz of Kahoot. So, take out your phones, put yourself into the game, and let's start the next game called Kahoot right now. So, it's www.kahoot.it. Game PIN is 5604480. Go in, and our sponsor of today's game is Suggester. Figure skating apparel is known for its great quality and comfort. The brand uses only 100% Italian-made fabrics to ensure top performance. Suggester designs all detailed and enhanced skater movement, helping to improve both performance and passion. The official representative of Sažester in Estonia is Tondiraba Ice Skating Shop. nii et täna meil on mängu sponsoriks Sažester, kelle uisuriided on tuntud oma erakordse kvaliteedi ja mugavuse poolest. Parima kvaliteedi tagamiseks kasutavad nad ainult 100% Itaalias toodetud kangaid. Nende uisuriided on detailirohked, toovad hästi esile uisutaja liikumist ning aitavad suurendada sportlase sooritusvõimet ja kirge. Ja nende ametlik esindaja Eestis on Tondiraba uisupood. So, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have much time, so let's start with the game. You can join in later on too, but it's now, I think, some 7 questions ahead. First question, no, it's 5 questions. How many times has the ISU been held in Tallinn? Mitmes kord toimub ilustamine EM Tallinnas? If you have been here before, you must know the correct answer already. It has been in our quiz for at least 1 time. And with every answer you can get maximum 1,000 points and you have 20 seconds to answer. Right now, yes, this is the 3rd time, so over 170 people knew it. Let's see the leaderboard. Irina is leading, Nea 2nd, Vovagola 3rd, Linut and Nadia. Let's take question number 2. What animal is an Estonian cartoon character Lotte? Mis loom on animategelane Lotte? This is very famous in Estonia, and you know, we have a Lotte theme park here in Estonia near Pärnu. If you are going, all the Latvians and Lithuanians must know it. They are going through it all the time. It is a dog. Yes, it is, and more than 200 people knew it. Let's see the leaderboard. Jackie is now leading. Well done, well done. Let's take question number 3. How many letters are in the ISU European Championship? Kui mitte tähte on pealkirjas ISU European Championship. 21, 22, 23, 24. Ja 23 on õige. Let's see the leaderboard. Nea is now leading. Nadia, Karin, Külli, very nice. Loretta is up 124 points. Let's take another question. How many colors are in the ISU EM 2025 logo? Mitu värvi on kasutuses tänase aastal EM-i logos? And all who will win something, the first 3, please meet me where is P2, P3. I will be there in a minute after I finish here. So I will meet all the winners where is P2, P3. And the correct answer is 7. Let's see the leaderboard. Now Lil is leading, Sophia, Viv, Molly and Quaxel. Last question. How many ice dance pairs will complete after the break? Mitu jäätantsupaari võitleb peale pausi? Give your answer. And the last seconds of the game. And 10 is correct. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's see the top 3. On the 3rd place today is Sofia. On the 2nd place, there is Viv. And the winner of this quiz is, ladies and gentlemen, Lil. Very nice. Hope to see you all P2, P3 in here in 2 minutes. I will give you your best prizes. But now, ladies and gentlemen, let's see a video where we can see how well do the partners know their partner. Let's see it.
whole city because it's really beautiful. I remember all the time of the car and go a little bit as the times.
And cold weather. Well, it's a very easy competition, it's called
Rain.
Rain. Rain was great competitions and perfect results for Team Hungary. That's what we're thinking when someone says Estonia.
Actually, besides
For me, it's the roasted almond nuts.
Now we are back, and hopefully you too. Thank you for the lovely interviews and videos. We are ready to continue our competition, and we need your support again.
From Georgia.
Welcome back. Ready to get underway now with the top 10. Penultimate group being introduced out onto the ice now, and lying in 10th place, first to go, Diana Davis and Gleb Smolkin for Georgia. They'll be followed by the German team lying in 9th, Jennifer Jans van Rensburg and Benjamin Stefan. Up next, Dressed to Kill from Finland, 8th place, Jukka Ahoira and Juho Pirinen. There for Spain, Oliver Smart and Tim Deek. They've got a great free dance lined up for us. And then from France, lying in 6th, Lucia Demagou and Thierry Lemercier. They were 5th last year, so they'll put the pressure on here, you can be sure. It's a humdinger of a group. Unlikely that any of these teams will make it onto the podium. Got a long way to go. If you think of well, up to 4th place, the Finnish team, Julia Turkila and Matthias Veslus, lying in 4th. They've got just over 81 points, so there's quite a margin for the teams to make up. So let's take a look at them. Diana Davis and Gleb Smolkin. She's 22, he's 25. She was born in Las Vegas, USA. He was born in St. Petersburg. And for those of you who didn't know, they are married, and Diana is the daughter of Eteri Tuberitsa. A lot of you will know that, but some of you won't. So they were 8th in the Europeans last year. This is the second time they've participated. They were 7th first time in. So they'll be first. It'll be the Germans that follow them. Jennifer Jans van Rensburg, 31 years of age, and Benjamin Stefan, 29. These two, the 4-time German national champions. And they've had a pretty good season. Bronze medalists in the Golden Spin in Zagreb, leading up to this. They won the Bavarian Open in Oberstdorf, which was a good start to the season. Competed in one Grand Prix this year. That was the NHK Trophy, where they finished in 7th place. They were really strong in the rhythm dance. Powerful team. It'll be the Finns next to go. A lot of personality, these two. 24-year-old Jukka Orehara and 29-year-old Juho Pirinen. They were 10th last year in the European Championships. They go into this in 8th place, so things on the up and up for them. They're going in the right direction, that's important. runners-up in the Finnish National Championships this year. 4th in Sofia. They did 2 Grand Prix this season and finished 6th in both of them. That was the NHK Trophy and the Finlandia Trophy. And they're looking pretty sharp out there. Music from a chorus line for them. And then to the team from Spain, 2-time Spanish national champions. Looking forward to this. Music from Dune scheduled for them. 27-year-old Olivia Smart, 28-year-old Tim Deek. These two teamed up back in 2022, but it's a really good partnership, that's for sure. Real quality. Watched over everything they do, and they look pretty relaxed out there, don't they? 4th in the Cup of China they were this year. Bronze medalists in Skate America. And last to go, it'll be the French team, lying in 6th place. They were 5th last year, runners-up in French National Championships this year. 23-year-old Lucia Demagou and 25-year-old Thea Lemercier. Knocking on the door of top 10 in the World Championships last year, finished in 11th place. Won the Sofia Trophy leading up to this, and did well in the Grand Prix. 5th in the NHK, 7th in the Cup of China. So that's the lineup for this group. Just to remind you, if you missed the rhythm dance, it's Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri leading. They're, of course, the 2-time champions looking for a hat-trick. They've got a couple of points in hand over the French team, Evgenia Loporeva and Jeffrey Brazeau. They've never been on the podium. They're in 2nd place, though, this year. And Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson, who finished 2nd for the last 2 years, are in 3rd place. And I tell you what, they are under threat from the Finns. Julia Tequila and Matthias Veslus, 3rd a couple of years ago. They were in red-hot form in the rhythm dance. Although they didn't get the marks, it's very close, and anything can happen in that final group.
On the ice, representing Georgia, Diana Davis, Gleb Smolkin.
So we're into the second half now of this free dance here at the European Figure Skating Championships, and to get us underway in the penultimate group, representing Georgia, lying in 10th place, Diana Davis and Gleb Smolkin. sharp through the twizzles.
This is the springtime of my love, the second season I am to know. You are the sunlight in my room, so really warm. I felt before. It isn't hard to feel it growing.
Well, that was a power-packed 4 minutes. Different to anything that we've seen so far. A lot of fun. Diana Davis, Gleb Smolkin for Georgia, getting this penultimate group underway. Yeah, if that's a taste of things to come, we're in for a treat.
Diana Davis, Gleb Smolkin from Georgia.
Yeah, I thought that first section was really, really good. Kashmir mixing the two versions as well. That opening one by Bond, the instrumental, and then, yeah, of course, the original by Led Zeppelin. Well, some really good highlights in the program there. Twizzles, I thought, were exceptional. Looking down, the level's good. He gets level 4 on the twizzle, she gets a 3. Started off so well with the lift. And there they are, look at the unison between them. So difficult with the free leg extended to not check the twizzle.
This is the springtime.
Ticking all the boxes on the spin. Level 4 they got for the spin. Yeah, you get the sense, don't you, that they really enjoy performing this program. So these two relocated to the USA for training back in 2018-2019 season. Then they moved to Canada in 2024. And now, as a lot of the teams are, training in Montreal. So, they need 114.68 to go into the lead. And, yeah, 116.33. It's a little way off their season's best, which is 121.55. but they are in their allotted slot. They're not going to drop outside the top 10. Could they possibly be moving up with that score? We'll have to wait and see.
Next to skate, representing Germany, Jennifer Jenseva Rensburg, Benjamin Stefan.
Well, they had a really strong rhythm dance. Let's hope they can keep the momentum going here. They go into this lying in 9th place. That's where they finished a couple of years ago at the Europeans. Jennifer Jans van Rensburg and Benjamin Stefan for Germany. Well, it was beautiful. I honestly don't think they could have skated that much better. You could see that their technical score was not quite as high as the Georgians when they finished there. Just looking down, they're not quite as high on the GOEs. The grade of execution that Diana and Gleb were getting was very, very high. And all the way down, the Germans are just 0.2 or 3 behind them. And that adds up over the 10 elements, of course. As far as the levels are concerned, there's not much between them. In fact, the Germans' levels on the Twizzles were higher than the Georgian team. But they do need a huge score if they're to go into the lead here. They've got to literally blow their season's best score out of the water. They certainly seem more polished this season than I've seen them before. Really good expression. And to be honest, I think they're doing well because they're focusing on their strong points to try and get the score up as high as they can. I'm not sure the skating skills are quite as good as some of the other teams, but they're working on their presentation, working on the technique to make sure they get the levels up wherever they can. They may lose a little bit on the component score. And they're going to lose technically, of course, because those GOEs are just slightly lower than some of the other teams. So they need a season's best and some to go into the lead. They need 114.71, 113 just over to get into second.
Jennifer Janse van Rensburg, Benjamin Stefan.
Yeah, 111.42. It is third place, and it will be third place overall for them as well. Even though they've got a season's best, it is a great score for them. But it's not going to be enough. Yeah, third place it is. So they are going to drop a little bit, but it is a season's best. There's not much more they could have done.
On the ice, representing Finland, Jukka Orihara, Juho Pirinen.
Hang on to your hats. The Finns are on the ice. They're in 8th place. Really, really good in the rhythm dance. And you can expect more here. The music is going to be a chorus line. This is 24-year-old Jukka Orihara and 29-year-old Juho Pirinen. Get your dancing shoes on.
Again, step, kick, kick, leap, kick, touch. Again, step, kick, kick, leap, kick, touch. And turn, turn, touch, down, back, step, pivot, step, walk, walk, walk. Got it? Right. Let's do the whole combination facing away from the mirror. From the top. A 5, 6, 7, 8.
That was some first minute, I can tell you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
quality on that step. Wasn't that fun? Oh man, takes me back. Remember when I was a kid going to see a chorus line on the West End. And they played the part, didn't they? They were brilliant. Jukka Orihara and Juho Pirinen for Finland. Finnish flags everywhere around the arena. Remember, we're only about 40 miles away from Helsinki. It's, I think, a 2.5-hour ferry crossing across the Gulf of Finland. And we're right by the port here. The northern shores of Estonia. Brilliant. Well, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. It's a brave thing, isn't it, when you take something that's so iconic as a chorus line.
Collect the pictures and resumes,
Got
please.
to really put it together, and they did, from the costumes, the outfits, the way they interpreted each piece. I thought the circular step was something to behold. The edge quality from these two, they've improved so much. And that's a credit to their coaching team, Maurizio Margaglio and the team there. It was almost as though it was an exhibition, wasn't it? Well, you can't give it more than that. Really projecting out. The skaters are taught to project to the back row of the crowd. So here it's, well, where I am, it's a long way up. So what do they need? They need 114.46. Their season's best is 111. Oh my goodness, 118.24. Well, the judges thought, as I did, that it was very special. It was special. It's a season's best. It's a personal best. It's brilliant. They love it here. It's well deserved, honestly. That is great judging. Jukka Orihara, Juho Pirinen, they go into their allotted slot. They're in the lead, and they put some pressure on. Great stuff.
On the ice, representing Spain, Oliver Smart, Team D.
Well, these two are a class act. They go into this lying in 7th place. A team that got together back in the fall of 2022. Here skating to music from the soundtrack of Dune. This is Olivia Smart and Tim Deek for Spain. Incredible. Well, it is just the best sport in the world, isn't it? You take those two performances back to back. You've got a chorus line, and then you've got something like this, the epic translation of that movie, Dune. Fantastic music. Soundtrack by the incredible Hans Zimmer, and then to incorporate that with Peter Gabriel's masterpiece, The Feeling Begins. Thought it was brilliant. And one of the things that stood out for me on this performance was it's one thing having a staccato movement or having a soft flowing movement, but when you've got something with resistance, where you're almost working against your body to try and create that energy in a, not a simple movement, but a slow, strong movement. It is so difficult. It requires so much strength, so much core strength. And they did it just brilliantly. It made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. I thought it was, stunning. Just look back at some of these highlights. She is phenomenal. So much poise, always got that weight over the skate. The intensity of every move, and there was an air of sophistication, wasn't there, about it? This was it. Oh, I could watch that all day. Whoa. Fantastic. Okay, they need 117.82 to go into the lead. Surely they're going to do that. 120.56 is the best score they've got this season. Here we go. Oh yeah, 122.85. It's a great score. It's a really good score. Remember, they're in seventh. Fantastic. Well, the judges loved it as much as I did.
Which is their new season's best, and they're currently in the first place.
Oh, look at that. Brilliant. Well, would you want to follow that? It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it, and the task falls to these two. They're lying in sixth place, pretty much neck and neck. There's a 100th of a point between them and the Spanish team that we just seen. This is 23-year-old Lucia Demagou and 25-year-old Theo Lee Messier. They cannot put a foot wrong now.
Hallelujah, Adonai kol goyim shabachu kol ha'olim, ki davar
Well, there was plenty of drama out there. There's no doubt about that. Technically, I feel that was a little way off the pace. Certainly of where they needed to be at this situation.
From France.
Just to remind you, they were 5th last year. Go into this in 6th place. Was that good enough to stay ahead of Olivia and Tim? I'm not sure it was, you know. Well, to be honest, even the Finns, we'll have to wait and see. It was mighty fine. I don't think they made a mistake. Just looking down at the levels, level 4s for both of them on the twizzles. The diagonal step, level 2s for both of them. But it's the grade of execution when they're going to lose it. The GOEs for Olivia and Tim were stunning all the way down. Yeah, when you look back at the highlights, you can see how difficult everything is. But it didn't capture the emotion. Like, well, certainly for me, anything like the Spanish team did, or even the Finns. Isn't it amazing how the different teams from the different nations can pick up the same rule book and come up with something so different? And it's quite a rule book, I can tell you. It's something like 40 pages. Okay. They need a huge score here. They need 122 or over to get into first place, 117.8, so nearly 118 points to get into second. 111 is their best score this season. It is a season's best, but look at that. It is 5th place. They couldn't have done much more, to be honest with you. And that will be 4th overall, I think. Yes, it is 4th place, so they are going to drop. It is disappointing, especially when you've got a season's best score. You've got to feel for them. But the standard, the level has been so high. So we've got 5 teams to go. We're just about to get underway with the final group, and that's how it stands. Wasn't that sensational? Olivia Smart, Tim Deek for Spain out in front. And Jukka Orihara and Juho Pirinen for Finland in second. Here we go, final group. Onto the ice now, and we'll get underway with the Lithuanians, bronze medalists from last year, in 5th place, Alison Reed and Salius Ambrolovicius. They'll be followed by the Finns, Julia Tequila and Matthias Verslus. They were bronze medalists a couple of years ago, but they were brilliant, I've got to say, in the rhythm dance. Lila Fear, Lewis Gibson, they've got some work to do here. They've twice been runners-up at the European Championships, and they go into this in 3rd place. In 2nd, brilliant they were yesterday. Evgenia Loporeva and Jeffrey Brizeau. They've never been on the podium at the European Championships. Could this be their year? They're in 2nd. Last to go, the 2-time champions, going for a hat-trick. Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri from Italy. Well, the Italians have got a little bit of a margin in hand, but as far as the rest of the field, certainly from 4th to 2nd, it is tight. Look at that. It's all to play for, honestly. For the silver and the bronze, definitely there is. I wouldn't like to say who's going to do it. These guys cannot make a mistake. Alison Reed and Salius Ambrolovicius for Lithuania first to go. She's 30, he's 32. Remember that wonderful occasion 12 months ago in Kaunas, his hometown. They won the bronze medal. The place went nuts. It was unbelievable. So they'd love to get on the podium here if they possibly can, and they've had a good run up to this. Bronze medalists in the NHK Trophy, 4th place in the Grand Prix of France in Angers as well. They've been together a long time, and they've achieved a great deal. Now, Julia Tequila and Matthias Veslus, both 30 years of age. I tell you, I'm going to say it again, they were stunning in the rhythm dance, and I feel a little bit undermarked. So do a lot of people around us, but it is close. It's all to play for. If they can nail this free dance, who knows? It could be a bit of an upset for the Brits, possibly. Bronze medalists from 2023. They're 4 times the Finnish national champions. Bronze medalists in the Finlandia Trophy this year, 5th in the Cup of China. Can they emulate that performance from the rhythm dance? And here they are, been 2nd the last 2 years. Had a great season this year. Finished on top of the podium in Skate America and the Finlandia Trophy. Bronze medalists in the Grand Prix finals. But not as sharp, I don't think they'll mind me saying it, not as sharp as we've seen them in the past in the rhythm dance. So they got to put it together here. Lila Fear, Lewis Gibson. And they're the French team, the French national champions for the last 3 years. Never been on the podium, as I said before. They were 4th last year, got mighty close. That's their goal this year, is to get on the podium. They go into this in 2nd place, and I've got to be honest that rhythm dance wasn't my cup of tea. Didn't really like the theme, but it was brilliant. Technically superb, and what they chose to do, they did with real precision. If they can do that here, a medal beckons. Can anybody dethrone these two? Nerves of steel, so much quality, so much attention to detail, and that's what stood them in good stead over the years. Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri. She's 35, he's 36, and they have been sensational. Remember, they've been on the podium at the World Championships for the last 2 years as well. Silver medalists 2 years ago, bronze medalists last year. They won the Cup of China this season, 2nd in the Grand Prix of France, 2nd in the Grand Prix finals. We're into the final minute. A shout out to James Hernandez, who competed with Phoebe Becker, lying in 8th place. The British number 2s. I've heard through the grapevine that he's been, they've left the building, and he was had respiratory troubles after the free dance. And if that is the case, wish you all the best, mate, for a speedy recovery. Hope you're okay. If I hear any more, I'll let you know. So, just to remind you, as we're in the closing seconds here, Alison Reed and Salios Ambrosius for Lithuania first to go. Then it'll be Tequila and Veslus for Finland. The Brits, Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson, will follow them. Then Evgenia Lopareva and Jeffrey Briseau from France, and last to go, Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri for Italy.
palume jäätantsu kuumagrupi esimese võistluspaari teie ette.
So to get us underway in this final group, and what a group it is. Hang on to your hats. It's going to be a thrilling 45 minutes or so. Lying in 5th place, the bronze medalist from last year for Lithuania, Alison Reed and Salios Ambrolovicius.
I can't let loose. Out in the cold, in the dark, when nobody hear me cry. Blind from the fastest words, knowing I'll never be mine. Slowly, towards me with her. Smile back and let me. I will never change. I will never change.
Well, it was stunning. And it needed to be. Perhaps it needed even more than stunning. Yeah, the technical panel are going to look at 5 of the 9 elements in that program, so we'll have to wait and see how things pan out.
Alison Reed, Saulius Ambrulevičius from Lithuania.
They were a little bit behind the Spanish team when they finished the program, and that's possibly going to drop technically a little bit. We'll have to wait and see how the GOEs work, and that component score is going to be crucial for these two. Alison Reed, Saulius Ambrulevičius for Lithuania. Remember, they were bronze medalists last year, and they go into this in 5th place, and they need a huge score, I can tell you, to stave off the challenge of the Spanish team. Olivia Smart and Tim Deek, who lead at the moment. Really great words of encouragement from Marie-France at the gate. That's always wonderful to see. They were great. It's an incredibly difficult program. I just feel like Olivia and Tim, it's a shame they weren't in the last group, wasn't it? You've got to keep their performance in the back of your mind. Yeah, they got 122.85, and that was a new personal best for them by some way. And just looking at the scores here, Alison and Saulius, they need 120.32 to go into the lead. Their season's best is 117.61. That gives you an idea of the challenge for these two. There they are, our leaders. Goodness me, they were brilliant. I can't get over it. So yes, 120.32 to take the lead for Alison Reed and Saulius Ambrulevičius. I honestly can't see them doing that. But stranger things have happened. Judges taking their time, and rightly so. I can see that the technical panel have gone through all 5 elements that they wanted to review. Oh, this is tough.
The scores, please.
Here we go. 120.32 the target for them.
Alison Reed, Saulius Ambrulevičius, Leedust.
No, they haven't done it. It is a season's best. Couldn't have done more. They're 3rd on the free dance. I think that'll have them 2nd overall, though. Let's take a look.
Their total competition score is 196.66.
It is 2nd, so still Olivia Smart and Tim Deek for Spain in the lead. We've got 4 to go.
Next on the ice, representing Finland,
They were brilliant in the rhythm dance. I'm going to stick my neck on the line and say I think they were a little bit undermarked, but perhaps the judges will go with them here. Let's hope they can hold it together. Bronze medalists from 2 years ago. They go into this lying in 4th. Julia Tequila and Matthias Verslus for Finland. Just stunning. Every picture tells a story, doesn't it? They loved it in here. Of course they did. We're on the doorstep of Finland. But it was brilliant. It was amazing. They've done it again in my book. The quality, the sophistication of that program was stunning. Absolutely stunning. It's great, isn't it, when the coach says thank you very much. Sums it up. The skating quality of these two in places just defies belief. The edge quality, the depth of the edges, the speed that they had across the ice, balance points in the lifts, transitions throughout the program. It was just a class act. She has beautiful extension. Wonderful shots of Mauricio on the side. He'd have been hilarious to watch, I think. Yeah, I think they've put two programs back to back that are top notch. And to be honest, such is the level. I mean, the Spanish team, Olivia Smart and Tim Deek, they've pushed this final group right to the limit. They're going to have to be on the money. And the Finns knew it when they stepped onto the ice. They knew the pressure was on. You try not to watch the other skaters. You've got to focus on what you've got control of, but you can't ignore it. It's there. It's in your face. You know what's happening. Brilliant. I loved it. So they need 117.73. Season's best is 118.29. I've got to say, I think that was as good as they've skated all season. What do I know? Let's see what the judges think. Yeah, 124.43. That's a big, big score. What's that? 6 points over. More than they've had this season. Fantastic stuff. And it is a personal best by about 4 points. So things going back in the right direction for Julia Perkila and Matthias Veslus. They lead Olivia Smart and Tim Deek into second place. And we have 3 to go. Could it be a podium for the Finns?
Next on the ice, representing Great Britain.
So, they've got to go some here. Two-time the silver medalists at the European Championships. They go into this lying in 3rd place. It is tight, though. There's nothing in it. They've got to be clean. The British champions Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson. Well, there they are, the British contingent, and there's plenty of them. They could not have done any more. Well, they were right on the money, and they needed to be. They knew it going into this. Just looking down, they need strong components and they need a good GOEs all the way through those 9 elements. It could not be tighter. Yeah, it was a good concept, wasn't it? Of Beyonce. And it went down very well in the stadium. It really worked here. Good speed across the ice. They were really sharp. But it is a difficult one because you're comparing 2 completely different styles, aren't you? Technically, these 2 are very good. Footwork was good. So let's get down to business. They need 24.13 to go into the lead. And obviously, if they're to get a medal here, they've got to be leading after this. 25.55 is their season's best score. It's going to be so tight. Yes, they've done it! Oh, by the skin of their teeth. 124.45. It is first place for Lila and Lewis. And it will be overall, obviously. 206.02. Will it be enough to get a silver medal here? They are on the podium, but what color medal will they get?
Palume teie ette tänase võistluse eelviimase võistluspaari.
Next on the ice, representing France, Yevgenia Lapirova, Geoffrey Bivson.
So they've never won a medal here. They go into this line in 2nd place. They were fantastic in the rhythm dance. Yevgenia Lapirova and Geoffrey Bivson from France. God, I'm worn out just watching it. Wasn't that enthralling? Well, whether you love it or loathe it, technically it was a masterpiece. Such a difficult program. And once more, the judges really going with the grade of execution. And I'm looking down at the levels on all the elements. Technically, it was brilliant. God, if you look down at the top 5 even that we've had so far, the programs have all been so different, but the level has been exceptional. The intensity from the moment they started was something to behold. The innovation. Remember, these two going for their first medal at a European Championships. It really was a challenging program. And all credit to the team in Montreal and in Bordeaux, where they train. Come up with something that suits their style of skating. It's a match for them. It's a good match. And you just can't deny the quality of what they did. So to put it into perspective, to lead, they need 123.28 or more. Their season's best score is 121.53. That gives you an idea of the scope, the challenge for these two. They've done it. It is a season's best, 124.01. It is third place on the free, but I think they've done enough. Yeah, they have. First place. That's how tight it all is up there. So they lead. They are on the podium. So it's silver or gold for France.
On the ice, representing Italy, Marco Fabri.
Well, they've been in this situation before. The two-time European champions, world silver medalists from 2 years ago. The incomparable Charline Guinan and Marco Fabri, leaders after the rhythm dance, and they've got a couple of points in hand. They are amazing, there's no doubt about it. It's not just their technical ability, it is the way they handle the pressure. It's, to be honest, superhuman. Charlene Guinard, Marco Fabbri, 2 times and in all likely 3 times European champions. Just stunning. They're made of special stuff. Yet to be able to go out there and skate with that sort of accuracy under that sort of pressure requires, well, mental strength, physical strength, and just a massive amount of workload. The training and preparation for this will have been phenomenal. Yeah, their footwork all the way through and the precision with which they go through every element of the program. It's like they're ticking them off. She's timing the lift just to make sure. A little bit of a bobble there from Marco. But in the scope of things, just fantastic. I've got to say, for me, it's the Spanish and the Finns that had the best programs, or I enjoyed the most, but I understand that technically these two are, well, superior. They are brilliant. So, 122.54 they need. They're going to do that. They're going to do that with their eyes shut. They've got 128.18 this season. You'd imagine they get close to that. Beaming smiles from the French there on the podium for the first time. So here it is. Is it 3 in a row? Yes, it is. 127.89. Close to their season's best score. There was never a doubt, really, was there, from the moment they finished. So they've done it again. Charlene Guinard, Marco Fabbri, champions here in Tallinn. And well deserved, I've got to say. So that's how it finished. Charlene Guinard, Marco Fabbri, champions here in Tallinn. Evgenia Laparova, Jeffrey Briseau for France. Winners of the silver medal on the podium for the first time. Disappointment for Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson. A bronze medal, but it could have been worse because Julia Turkila and Matthias Veslus for Finland were very, very good. Pushed them every inch of the way. Finished in 4th place, and well done to Olivia Smart and Tim Deek as well, finishing in 5th place. That final group, in fact the penultimate group, was something else. Just unbelievable. So we're going to get a chance to listen to the champions, Charlene and Marco, down in the kiss and cry.
Charlene and Marco, I have to ask, what are the feelings you are feeling right now? What is going on in your heart and in your mind?
Now the first thing is we are so tired, I think. But we are very, very happy because today is the first time we are European Championships, so it means a lot.
You are now European champions. What is your next goal?
Now we're taking a little rest, but then we will start working for the World Championship in Boston. So, I mean, some time off and then back again at work.
What are you gonna do today after this? Everything is over. How are you gonna celebrate the victory? You are European champions.
Well, drinking a little bit and resting. That's the celebration.
So, ladies and gentlemen, one more applause, European champions! It goes to Italy, Tallinn and Marco! Ja teen teile lühikese kokkuvõtte ka eesti keelde. Nimelt siis Tallinn ja Marko rääkisid sellest, et neil on praegusel hetkel lihtsalt väsimus ja kõht on tühi ja tahaks hetke puhata ning siis juba lähevad nad tähistama sellega, et võtavad aega natukene endale ja omaette. Järgmine eesmärk on aga minna järgmistele võistlustele ja teha kõike veelgi paremini. So, ladies and gentlemen, the award ceremony is on the way. Let's give one more applause to European champions, and we will continue in the ring.
Yeah, quite unbelievable. 3 in a row. It's hard enough to win one European title, but to do it 3 times on the trot, that is, well, quite an achievement, I can tell you. So a look back at the top 3. Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson, they will be disappointed with the bronze medal, but they'll be relieved to be on the podium because it could very well have gone that they didn't get a medal here, but they did skate very, very well. They held their nerve, they were sharp, and they had to be. It was a season's best score for them. Bronze medalists here in Tallinn, Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson. For the first time on the podium at a European Championships, Evgenia Loporeva and Jeffrey Brizeau from France. They were impeccable in both the rhythm dance and the free dance, and they deserve it as much as anybody. They really did work for that silver medal. They've been patient, and all the hard work has paid off here. But again, here in Tallinn, Charlene Guinard, Marco Fabri, the defending champions, now the 3-time European champions. They showed us how to handle the pressure, intense pressure. So clean. Yeah, it was brilliant. Fantastic shots there of Charlene and Marco. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Great to see so many people in the arena as well. It's been a magnificent atmosphere in here, and good to see so many of them hang around for the medal ceremony, which is going to take place right now.
ISU ilutamise Euroopa meistrivõistlused 2025 jäätantsu auhinnatseremoonia.
ISU European Figure Skating Championships 2025 Victory Ceremony Ice Dance.
3. koht ja pronksmedali võitjad.
3rd and winners of the bronze medal from Great Britain, Lila Fear, Lewis Gibson.
So here they are, Good to see him smiling. Lila Fear, Lewis Gibson, winners of the bronze medal at the European Championships here in Tallinn. A fiercely fought competition. They held their nerve. Remember, they've twice won the silver medal. They've got to settle for bronze here, go back home, regroup, and get themselves ready for the World Championships in Boston. Never been on the podium at the World Championships. They'd swap a silver medal at Europeans for a medal at Worlds, I can tell you that.
Teine koht ja hõbemedali võitjad.
Second and winner of the silver medal from France, Evgenia Lopareva.
Well, the goal coming into this was to finish on the podium. I don't think in their wildest dreams they thought they would win a silver. They would have settled for a bronze, but it is silver for Evgenia Lopareva and Geoffrey Briseau from France. Two stunning programs back to back. Just brilliant.
Esimene koht ja jäätantsu Euroopa meistrid 2025.
First and European ice dance champions for 2025 from Italy, Charlina Fabri.
Well, they first did it in Espoo in Finland. They repeated in Kaunas last year, and here in Tallinn, the European city of sport, Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri, European ice dance champions for 2025. They've done it again. What an incredible achievement that is. One of the most wonderful scenes in sport, isn't it? The support from each of the teams for each other, the respect. They know how tough it is.
Please welcome the ISU representative, Georgi Elek.
So Mr. Georgi Elek, the representative of the International Skating Union, will present the medals. Lewis, they've been on the podium now for the last 3 years, which is no mean feat, I can tell you. And they'll get themselves ready for the World Championships in Boston. And remember, European Championships next year in Sheffield, England. Could that be their year? A lovely moment for Evgenia and Geoffrey. So close to getting a medal last year, but here they are, silver medalists in Tallinn.
Please welcome the Minister of Culture, Heidi Purga. She will award the flowers.
So flowers to the athletes. For the champions, Charlene and Marco. Very well done. So you know what's next.
daamid ja härrad, kui teil on võimalus, palume võitjate rahvushümni ajaks püsti tõusta.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand for the national anthem of the winners.
So, congratulations to all of the medalists there, particularly Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabbri. What an achievement to make it 3 in a row. Fantastic shot that. All the medalists here at these European Figure Skating Championships here in Tallinn. So worth mentioning, a congratulations to the organising committee. This is the 3rd time that the European Championships have taken place in Tallinn, and you can tell everything runs so smoothly. They have done such a good job. And it's not over yet. If you enjoyed that, there's more. Just a reminder, in what, an hour and a half's time, we've got the start of the men's event, the men's free. That is going to be exciting. It's another competition that is going to go right down to the wire. And it's the same situation, really. Adam Sirhimfar for France, looking to make it 3 in a row. He's leading going into the free. He's got Nika Agatse for Georgia just behind him, and Vladimir Samoylov for Poland in 3rd place. But the locals here will be shouting for Alexander Selevko and his brother Michael Selevko, who they're a little bit off the pace. They're in 6th and 7th place, but it is so tight. It's not out of the realms of possibility that they could get a medal here. And if they do, once again, the roof will come off this building. It's going to be very exciting indeed. You won't want to miss that. So we take in the wonderful shots here as the skaters go round and say thank you to the fans, and there's plenty of them. Fans from all across Europe here. And they've been very vocal. They've got right behind the skaters. Good or bad performances, they are with the skaters. It's fantastic to see. So the party just beginning. Lovely shots. And if you want to see more of the ice dancers, of course, there'll be an action in the gala tomorrow. That starts at 4 o'clock local time. And all the medalists and a whole lot more will be participating in that. It's sure to be a lot of fun. So that's about it from us here in the Tondoraba Ice Hall. We'll be back at 6 o'clock for the last event of these European Championships, the men's free. Hope you can join me for that. But now, from myself, Chris Howarth, and the rest of the team here, cheerio.